Hey, yo, what it is, man? We back with another one. My name is BT, and this is Burn After Rolling Podcast. Today, we got a special guest. Long time coming. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to keep it 100 with you. As far as, rappers from the town, as far as, influences and someone that I, as a youth, looked up to and watched and, seen the progression and shit like that. It's almost like a full circle moment. So everyone watching, chat, you know what I'm saying, all that. Give it up for my dog Flip Dollars, man. My boy. How you doing, man? How's everything? What's the vibes with you?
Long time coming. I'm up $1. We're gonna start there.
Stop. So for all those who don't know,
I'm up $1.
So for all those who don't know, you know what I mean, we got the AO box going, and my man Flip was he came charged up. You know what I mean? Shout out to the chargers sponsors. He came charged up, you know what I mean? He was already telling me I got to throw a couple dollars into the AO box. But, you know what I mean? What Flip don't know is the AO box powers don't start until the camera starts. So now you won't notice, brother.
You said it was a long time. What? It's a long time overdue.
It is a long time overdue.
It's your boy, Uncle Flip.
Here
we are, burning after rolling. You know what I'm saying? I've been waiting a minute to get up on this podcast. Yeah.
I'm happy to have you, man.
Thanks for bringing me up here.
So for all those who don't know, you started out as Flip Grams. So some people probably looking for might be looking for Flip Grams. Now you Uncle Flip. Where'd the change come before we get into anything crazy?
Well, I used to sell drugs. Used to do drugs. I don't know. I was battle rapping and I wasn't selling drugs anymore, and I was pretty much like 10, 15 years older than everybody. And they would call me Unc anyway, but and then my nephews, I've had nephews now for like almost 20 years.
Type shit.
And they call me Uncle Flip. They're like, yo, Uncle Flip. So it just is like, it made sense to transition from Flip Grams to Uncle Flip.
I feel that. It's almost like that going from like Jay-Z to like the H to the Izzo to like King Hov. You know how we kind of went through his different phases. We got the Kanye, we got Yeezy, then we got Ye.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think any true or true artist or true creative really can just be that one guy for the rest of his life. He always eventually kind of wants to morph and be, obviously show the growth that he's maintaining that life.
Yeah, I mean, I got Flip Grams tatted on my arm. It's like right there still.
Oh shit!
So
and that's an old school tattoo. That shit.
I got this in Franklin in 2007.
Damn.
Yeah, that shit cost me a pouch of tobacco. I was about to say something crazy.
I mean, you can say get crazy.
Nah, the name of the company of the tobacco is Top.
Oh,
so it almost got out of control.
Yeah, it almost really made the left we didn't want.
Yeah,
but let's start from the beginning. So, Flip, where were you born, and just give me like the whole beginning story.
Well, I was born in Nassau. My mother and my stepfather kept having kids. So once there was 5 of us, it just made sense to move out here because, Suffolk used to be a lot cheaper than Nassau. I guess this is like the early 1990s. So they moved out here, and we moved over into Gordon Heights over on Ashton Road, right by Granny Park.
Where in Nassau are you coming from?
Long Beach.
Okay.
I lived there till I was like 8, so like I really don't have too many memories of Long Beach except for like kindergarten and stuff like that, going to the beach or whatever. But like for the longest I've known, like I've been out here. So we moved into Gordon Heights. We lived there for about 2 years, and then my parents actually bought a house, and they bought a house across 25 in Middle Island.
On the white side?
On the white side,
okay.
Yeah. So I came out here, I went from the black side to the white side, but like I went to West Middle Island School, so I was always riding my bike over to Homestead as a kid. Like, like I was always in the mix, and then I found hip hop. Fell in love with that. My first love was wrestling. I've been seeing you do the wrestling podcast, but my first love was wrestling.
Can we get the belt? Can we get the belt, Karen, real quick? Yeah. You might as well just grab the belt real quick. It's only right for this pod. You know what I'm saying? But keep going.
So yeah, my first love was wrestling, and then I found hip hop. I fell in love with hip hop. Like it was just like Cause as a kid, like you influenced by your parents, you listen to like you listen to whatever your parents listen to in the car. So like very quickly I went from listening to like Fleetwood Mac and John Cougar Mellencamp to listening to like Crisscross and Black Sheep and shit like that, and then once Dre hit it, like, my whole life. And I have to preface with like my father died like when I was young. When my father died at 9, like I started moving into a different path. I mean, I was very like isolated at that time,
Mm-hmm.
and it kind of like changed the whole direction of my life. And then like I started like finding out what I liked and what I wanted to do and stuff like that.
So how was when you started like kind of making that transition into it's a toy belt. I know it ain't shit. You know what I mean? We gonna eventually upgrade. But when you started, getting into that hip hop and everything, like, obviously you are a white boy, you know what I mean? And like, I don't know how your family is, but I had a white family. I'm half white myself,
Hmm.
and I had a white family. I got you. I had a white family, and some of the things that I liked and some of the things that I like wanted to be a part of or whatever was sometimes frowned upon. So how was it for you?
I mean, yeah, in the beginning, my
Oh shit.
oh,
My
in the
bad.
beginning, like my parents just didn't understand.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't understand what was going on with their child. But like if you have if you have if your family loves you, they're gonna accept you for who you are,
Mm-hmm.
right?
How many years of like,
I
because
mean,
it had to go through like it had to probably get ugly before
yeah,
acceptance
it
started.
got ugly, but I'll tell you, like full acceptance didn't come until my sister started having black children, and that's just keeping
Mm.
it 100. Like once my sister started having uh um mixed children,
Mm-hmm.
like the racism in my family, like the undercover racism
Yeah,
and
yeah.
shit like that, like that shit just like it disappeared because like with anything, like first racism is like a taught thing. Like you don't you're not born racist. It's something
Mm-hmm.
that you're taught from an early age, and like at the end of the day, once my nephews came along, like the shit just disappeared from my family. But
Mm.
like it was a struggle growing up. I didn't come from a house where like we were poor. My stepfather, shout out to him, he worked like 3 jobs, but he was a drunk. He was pretty abusive, and like I took the most of that abuse. Um, was you know was it right? No. Um, did it shape me to be who I am? And like, was it fundamental? And like, the shit that he was preparing me for helped me get through bids. So who am I to say he was wrong?
Yeah, I mean, and unfortunately, it's like a fortunate and unfortunate situation. Like your parents are supposed to be like that first reflection of reality that you get, and
Hmm.
they're supposed to. I mean, not for nothing. Like I am a firm believer in corporal punishment. Obviously, not abuse, but corporal punishment. You know what
Hmm.
I'm saying? You have to learn. Don't touch this stove. It's gonna be hot. You have to learn. Don't be disrespectful to certain people. They will slap you. You have to learn. Don't hit people. They will hit you back. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? And I mean, I'm not saying that's what you went through, but I do know that, you know, I know a lot of people talking about their struggles and things like that, good and bad. It did get them ready and kind of set that table for where they're at now.
Yeah. Um. Listen, whatever happened, like to me, it's in the past anyway.
Hmm.
But everything that I've been through in life, whether it be like you know, the reprimanding as a child, I don't want to say child abuse. I mean, I'm sure like by today's standards they would call it child
I
abuse.
mean, by today's standards, if you yell at your kid too hard, it's child abuse.
but
So I
but
mean,
but like uh no CPS shit, no nothing like that.
hmm
Everything shaped me to be the person I am today. But like I would just want to go back and say like I didn't grow up in a house where like we were struggling, didn't have food and shit like that. Like my brothers and sisters will tell you, like, oh, we struggle, and I'm like, I don't know what fucking house you grew up in, because we kind of had it good. Like we had cable TV,
hmm
we could order pay-per-views for $50. Like Christmas was there.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like there was a struggle, but it was different. There's 5 kids, so it's like when we buy my mother would buy us like sneakers for like school in July, August. You can't wear them till September till you go to school.
hmm
Like I see with my kids nowadays, like fucking like we buy them the sneakers, they're on their feet, and that shit drives me crazy because of like how I grew up. I'm like, why is she wearing those fucking sneakers?
Do you think that perspective? Do you think that your perspective was a little different because you were going across 25 and hanging out with in the Heights and
Well,
shit like that?
I mean, I grew up a lot with a lot of friends who were in poverty. Like, so like as a 9-year-old, 8-year-old kid, like it's hard asking my mother, like, why this person has roaches in their house, shit like that, like, because I didn't come from that, I didn't have that, and like my, back to the the undercover racist shit. Like I would come home and my parents would be like, "Oh, just open your bag, shake your clothes out, make sure there's no roaches getting in the house." Like,
Really?
yeah,
Wow.
but they don't want fucking roaches in their house.
Yeah, it's a double. It's a double.
You know what I'm saying? But like, that's crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
To assume that. Yeah.
yes.
So what about with your peers though? Because obviously that's a whole other. Because like now, once more, like
What, peers as kids?
yeah, like because when I was
Well,
you
it
know
was a
yeah
struggle.
yeah
Okay,
yeah
so
yeah.
like I went to first I went to West Middle Island. That was the elementary I went to. I went to Charles E. Walters when I lived in the Heights,
Mm-hmm.
and then I went to West Middle Island. And then when I was in West Middle Island, like everything was cool. Like kids get into shit with kids or whatever, but like I didn't realize like I didn't get along with white kids once I hit middle school.
Mm.
Once I hit middle school, because like they all listened to Green Day, they all had skateboards, they were wearing like Airwalks and Jenkos, and like I just didn't fit in with them,
I
like
feel that
And once I hit middle school, like my taste started to change. It was like, oh, I don't want my mother taking me to go get Bugle Boy anymore. Like I want to get this Tommy Hilfiger.
type shit.
Like
Yeah.
I want to wear what my friends are wearing. Like I want to wear Jordans. Like and begrudgingly, like my mother would buy me these things because she loved me. You
Mm-hmm.
know, but like I found myself starting to get into fights over stupid shit. Like that people. I think the big word was it. They didn't call you a wigger back then. They called you a poser.
I was going to say that. I wanted to use that. Yeah, I was going to say
So the
that.
white kids would call me a poser, and like that would just and hanging out with like I grew up with Charlie Wilson. I grew up with Darnell Smith. Like rest in peace to both of them. I grew up with Nat. Like I grew up with like official dudes, and like
Mm-hmm.
like you couldn't just be corny, and like I just had to like overprove myself like around these people.
What about now? That was with the white kids. Now, what about when you go like to
First time
yeah.
I met Stinky, rest in peace. We wound up being really good friends. But first time I met him, he punched me in the face
Mm.
at the sixth grade mixer in Longwood Middle School, and we got it shaken. But like that's the thing, like people just used to respect me because I was shake. Whether
Mhm.
I wasn't in the beginning, I wasn't good at fighting at all, but like I was shake. Like I was not.
Yeah. It really doesn't matter if you like to be honest with me, like to be honest with you, I don't care if my friends can fight. I care if my friends will fight.
Yeah,
As long as cuz listen, sometimes all you got to do is be a body.
yeah.
Especially in a brawl, all you got to do is be a body,
I
bro.
just don't want to be. I don't. Listen, if I'm getting into some shit, I don't want my friends to stand there and watch me get my head kicked in.
Exactly.
Even if you can't fight, just grab somebody. Don't walk the other way. Like that. That's really what it all boils down to. But like, as I get older, even with the music shit, like I'll do shows. Like I do a show, and like I'll do my songs, I'll do my set, and then like I want to go home. I'm getting old.
Do
I'm not
you
in the mix because I
yeah.
don't drink,
Mhm.
I don't smoke, I don't do drugs. Like like I'm not out at like 3, 4 in the morning. I mean, my girl will tell you I'm a liar because she'll be like,
You
oh,
go out once at 3 a.m., you're out every night at 3 a.m.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and then I'm grounded.
Yeah, yeah. Do you feel like you almost faced the same like struggle how you did back in the day, like being hanging out with the black kids against black kids or hanging out with the black kids against white kids? Do you feel like do you feel that same like judge or like that same like people want you to play your stigma because you are older and you're at these shows with you're damn near double half these kids' age?
I don't. I don't know what that question means.
Do you feel like people want you like like I said, bro, you said, people looked at you, they called you a poser because you were a white kid hanging out with a black. Do you feel like, sometimes people look at you like, go back to work, old man?
Nah, nobody be so.
You know what I'm saying? Or was that a shitty question?
No, I mean, I just nowadays, like, I get mad love everywhere I go.
Mm-hmm.
That's really what it all boils down to. Whether I'm doing a show, like whether I pull up to the hood, like I get mad love. People love my story. People love like when people see an underdog story, they just want you to win.
Facts.
And like
Facts.
fucking, I come from being in Mikey's shed with Craig,
Mm-hmm.
doing fucking hardcore drugs that could have killed me 10 times over.
Mm-hmm.
Like I didn't start doing heroin until I was 30.
Mm.
And spent most of my 30s looking crazy walking from Artist Lake to fucking Wilson to go get drugs.
Mm.
You know, like just not the, you know, you were like, you used to be mad skinny. Yeah, well, I was mad skinny. I was also on fucking drugs
Fair enough. This is true.
for like 10 years and a lot of drugs.
Mm-hmm.
So
so can you walk me through like that timeline? Because you said, all right, you found hip hop.
mm-hmm,
You started hanging out in the hood. You became Flip Grams.
mm-hmm.
Now can you just walk me through the timeline from you getting kind of certified in the hood to like the downfall almost?
All right. So when I was like 12, I started smoking weed. And I thought that was the answer to everything.
Mm.
I thought weed was the answer to everything. It made me more sociable. I felt it made me cooler, made everyone around me cooler. It made my situation at home more bearable.
Yeah.
I forgot about, all my problems ceased to exist when I was smoking weed. And then as a kid, like, you start dabbling in other things. Like, I live on the white side.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I would hang out over by the lake in Middle Island. Motherfuckers have acid. I'd be like, all right, let me try this. And I like that. And then found ecstasy, really like that. I would have these phases with drugs, but I would put them down. But weed was always my constant. And then, I started selling drugs rather early, like around like 18. Around 18, I was selling drugs. I went away to the Army, made it through boot camp. Was like, yeah, I'm not going to Iraq to get blown, Afghanistan to get blown
What
up.
year was this around?
That was 2001.
Shit.
I was in boot camp in Fort Knox the day the towers hit, the day the planes hit the towers.
Yo,
Swear to God.
Bro, that's crazy.
We thought it was fake. Like, my platoon thought it was fake. We thought it was like something that they did with every platoon, like, to like prepare you for something, but it wasn't. I remember calling home. My mother's like, I was like, how bad is it? And she's like, it's worse than whatever you're thinking, it's 10 times worse. I was like, really?
How many people like had that same reaction of like, damn, I'm getting the fuck out of here?
I don't know, because I was in Fort Knox, Kentucky. Then I went to Fort Sill, Oklahoma. Then I faked a psychiatric episode to get out of the Army.
Now, listen, I
sat there. Now, I've never been diagnosed with anything psychiatric, and this is just me being vulnerable with you, telling you the truth, right? I sat down with that psychiatrist, and they're like, "Oh, what's the problem?" I said, "Listen," I said, I at night I want to kill everybody, and I see blood on the walls. They had me out of that bitch in 2 weeks.
So I'm not gonna say who my relationship with them, but I know someone who so he went right after the towers fell. He enlisted after the towers fell. Like, he was compelled, to like be a hero or whatever. Listen, him better than me. So he spent time in Kuwait, spent time in Afghanistan, fighting, and they went to go put him on a third, or I think this might have been by his third or fourth tour. He had one of his homies in the military, break his leg on purpose.
Yeah,
that's like, to think about that. Bro, think about that. You putting your leg up on the table. Yo, break my fucking leg. That's great. Like,
one of my best friends, Louis Bonacasa, his brother was in the Air Force. He was an MP. He did 4 tours. 4 tours. Now what's this, Rocky Point, Middle Island Road? What's that? 101.
Mm-hmm.
It's named after his brother, Louis Bonacasa. There's a bridge on the Long Island Expressway named after him. On his 4th tour of duty. Now, by law, they can only make you do 4 tours of duty. On his 4th tour of duty, a suicide bomber came up on a motorcycle, blew him and 3 people up.
That's insane, bro.
Died 2 weeks before he was supposed to come home.
Wow. Bro, like, so
rest in peace, Louis.
Yeah, R.I.P., man. Did any of that time in the military did it like affect you long term? Did you learn anything? Like, did you bring anything with that now?
I mean, listen, I didn't think I was gonna make it through boot camp because of my attitude and the way I carried myself at the time. But just certain things that you learn there stick with you for life. Like, still to this day, if we go get something to eat, I'll be done with my food in about like 7 minutes. I'm a fast eater because like they used to put the food in front of you. You had 2 minutes to eat. If not, like, they would take the plate away.
Oh,
shit like that. Like, you would, like, even like taking a shower. Like, I'm never in the shower more than 7 minutes. Like, 7 minutes seems like an eternity to me because I remember when they were like, you have 90 seconds to shower, shit like that.
Shit.
And then like my punctuality. You see, I was here early. I was here before you. I'm sitting in the parking lot because, like, I was taught from the military, and even maybe before that, like, if you're on time, you're late. If you're early, you're on time. So
that's fire. So continue on with Getting through the military.
So, yeah, I get out of the military. I take my check. I buy a bunch of what I bought. I bought a bunch of ecstasy pills and some coke.
I thought you
And
were gonna say a charger.
nah. I came home. I had nowhere to go. I went and lived at my man Nayadi's house, and once I got there, I got to it.
Mm.
Then I really got to it. Like I sold drugs before that, but like I got to it.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
by the time I'm 24, I got a crib. I got 2 cars, and then I caught sales, and I went away 6 years flat, 5 years post release.
Shit. So 6 years flat, 5 years. So what's the 24 years old?
I did 3 years and changed off that. Then I did 18 months on work release.
Okay.
Now, where the opiate addiction starts is around, I want to say 2011. I get to work release. 2012. I can't smoke weed, right? I got to work release and I started smoking K2, and then I had a fucking episode. I had an episode on the platform at the Ronkonkoma train station, and I never smoked that shit again. I was like, nah, because I thought it was just, when I got to work release, they were smoking it up on the roof, and I'm like, what are y'all smoking? Like, y'all gonna catch a dirty urine? You're gonna go back upstate? They're like, nah. They called it issue. They called it issue because motherfuckers were having issues on it, right? I didn't understand that, right? So I started smoking the shit with them, and I'm like, oh, this is lit. Like, they didn't have a drug test for it at the time. It's like 2011.
Nah, bro. In the same time, I was playing college football, and that was what we did in college football. Like the college football players, niggas on my team, we was all smoking spice. We called it spice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm right here with you. I know exactly what the fuck you talk about.
So I had an episode.
I had an episode too.
I thought the world was ending, but that's neither here. I thought it was over. I'm like, damn, like Jesus is coming for me. This is fucked up. Like,
I'm right here with you because I had an episode too, bro.
I never caught the only other drug that I fucking was where I felt like I wasn't in control of my body like that. And I've tried almost everything. I mean, I smoke dust. I don't like dust, but like there's somewhat control. The first time and the only time I smoked salvia, holy shit. I thought I was being ripped into a different portal. I was like, this is crazy. Like, I thought I was in, like, you know, Book of Genesis type shit. Like, I thought, like, so come to find out, my buddy passed me, like, a one-hitter, like a bowl.
Yep.
And it wasn't packed with weed. It was packed with salvia. So I took a huge hit, and, like, I don't know where I went for two minutes, right?
Yep.
But all I know is what they told me was I was trying to climb out the window of my car. But in my mind, what was going on was I was being ripped into outer space, and like the other half of my body was like coming out of like that one of those like ceiling panels, and someone was trying to pull me down. But really, I was trying to climb out of my car, and they were trying to pull me in.
That's fucking jokes.
Yeah. So I never smoked that shit again. But the K2 fucking, I was like,
wild.
Yeah, never again. Right. And mind you, I'm telling you, I'm on work release. I'm on the platform going back to jail for the weekend. So the paranoia is 10 times different, right? So yeah.
So
K2 wasn't for me.
So this is how talk about the flip lure. You put out like a whole project in like 04 or something like, or 06 on SoundClick.
Yeah.
So were you?
Well, actually, that was
back and forth at that point.
No. So the SoundClick, that's all before jail. That was when I was hanging out. Like Bass was just putting that up there. It's not even a project.
Oh, okay.
Bass just threw like 20 songs up there.
Okay.
So, like when I came home, I dropped Work Release. Work Release the album. I had one before I went in like 08. I had Grace Period. That's when like
I think I remember Bass had the Work Release cover in the basement of his parents' house.
I'm pretty sure he did. They were all his beats.
I was actually gonna ask you, since we're on the bass topic, fuck it. When you hear the names GP, Lost Nation, Bass Beats, Prophet Bang, Madrick, Alonzo Green, Tehran, Timmy Gage, Alias, and BG/Maroc, where and what time does that bring you back to?
Well, those are like two different. I mean, those are like two different eras. Like,
okay.
Like all of those names ain't in the same era.
Put me on, because like I said, I was a young bull, so for me,
let's go.
It was all the same.
Let's do it one after the other. Go
okay.
ahead.
So GP.
GP. That was me, Holmes, Priest, and Jay Will. So we all lived on the white side of Quorum,
Mm-hmm.
and we was all Crip at the time,
Mm-hmm.
except for Priest. Priest was Blood, but we was all Crip, and like we all rapped.
Mm-hmm.
So it was just like fuck it, like we just started our own team. You know, when you kids, you like nobody fucking with us.
General Principle, right?
First it was Goon Platoon because we was
That's
fucking.
hard.
We
I'm
was
not gonna lie.
gooned.
That's fire.
We were
That's
gooned
hard.
out. We tried to clean it up a little bit with the General Principle, but I got that shit tatted on me to this
Shit.
day right there. GP.
That's hard.
Yeah. So you know, we just thought we were the best, and maybe we were at the time. Maybe we weren't. I don't know. Like there was, you know, who? What's the next one on the list?
Lost Nation.
Lost Nation. Who is that?
That wasn't that you, Maroc, Timmy,
No.
Lonzo, and because
I wasn't in there.
I've seen videos of all of y'all on Timmy's porch.
Yeah, that's after I came home. That's 2011. So that Lost Nation thing might have been that might have been popping off while I was gone.
Okay.
You know
My fault. Okay. So I said Prophet Bang.
Prof. It's my brother, man.
Maverick,
my other brother.
Alonzo Green.
But you know, I started doing music with shout out to Alonzo. Maverick and I never did songs with Alonzo.
Like I said,
we were supposed to battle and we never did battle, and then like, you know, we were cool, and then we weren't cool, and I didn't understand why we weren't cool. But you know, people were trying to get us to battle, and I was with the battle.
I was one of them,
and we were trying, and people were trying to pay us money back then too, like $1,500 each, and he didn't want the bag, and I didn't understand why. I mean, maybe because he probably thought he couldn't beat me. I mean, when it comes to battle
that
rap,
would have
like,
been
I'm kind of that dude. Like even now, like, well, anyway.
Yeah, you good? Talk your shit.
But that's why, like, I don't get into these competitions with with Long Island rappers. Like, I'm not in competition with anybody. I'm in competition with myself.
Respect.
That's it. Like this rap shit is a side mission to me right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I have a good job. I have a good life. Like rap is just a fucking side quest. It's just like I look at my friends and I'm like, all right, let me go off and do my side quest. And
do you think you think that it's better off for a young man as a side quest, or do you think like for a young man it would be something that they should like actually put their all into?
I mean, I don't want to act like it's all a side quest, because I've been putting some money into this music shit this past year. Like, you know, I've between studio time, videos,
niggas,
like,
side quest cost time and money, bro.
New fits, like I've spent about like 10, 15 this year on rap, and that, you know, like Eames gives me discounts on studio time. People give me discounts on videos just because of who I am. But like I pay. You know, and I pay up front. Like I pay for beats, I pay for everything. Like I don't want anything for free anymore, unless somebody insists on not taking any money. Like Bass won't take any money from me. You know, I've tried to offer him money for beats, he won't take any money from me. All right, cool, whatever.
Yeah, nah. I mean, the thing with you and Bass, I feel like you.
But listen, if something, you know, if one of my songs were to pop, like really pop,
of course, everyone's, you know,
and you know, like I'm hitting them off. It is what it is. Like, you know,
You said you're gonna do what?
What?
So you was gonna do what? You was gonna.
Oh, that was crazy.
Yeah. There you go. Hold on. That's one for the box right there. Don't worry. Just know I told you I was on your head. Right. Just know. But
hey, yo, bro, he's on my what?
Come on.
Nah.
That
was crazy.
This is gonna be a turn to what's a pause and what's not a pause debate. This is crazy. So when did you realize you could rap?
Where's the Undertaker done? No, I don't
right here, my fault.
Yeah.
So when did you realize you could rap your ass off in between all this? I just do want to.
I was so bad as a kid. I wanted to rap good for so long. I wanted to be like the first white guy in Wu-Tang Clan, and then they had some Jewish kid named Remedy, and that ended that dream or whatever. I'm being honest, but I wanted to be in the Wu-Tang Clan so bad. I thought they were so cool. I just got better at rapping. By the time I was 18, like I was good, but like once I was like 20, 21, I was like better than my peers type shit, except for like a few. And then like,
who were you not better than? I want to know. I'd like.
I mean, I feel like me and Brown have always been in like, you know.
Okay.
You almost caught me. Me and Brown been on the same level for a long time.
Okay.
You know,
okay.
and I feel like that's his, I mean, Brown been taking shots at me in songs like forever.
Was he taking shots or paying homage?
Nah, he's taking shots.
Okay,
But
fair
most people don't. They're not in the loop, so they don't understand the dynamic of our friendship, our relationship. But people in the know. I'm like, yo, Gutter, this motherfucker took a shot at me again.
You never thought about shooting back?
For what?
I mean, it's friendly competition. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's Brown.
Respect. So 2011, you're out. You record that.
Drop work release.
Yeah, you drop work release. You dropping freestyles on Timmy's porch. You know what I mean?
They were dope though.
They were fine. No, I didn't say that. Did I not once say that it was bad? I was a little nigga. I was like, yo.
They were dope. Who else is on that list?
I got you.
The last person you said was Alonzo. Shout out to Alonzo, man. I ain't seen him in a minute.
Teron White.
I thought Teron was the one. I don't know what he does musically anymore.
Teron was very talented.
Teron, like singing.
I recruited him to Fame Gang back in the when him and Chef started doing the Splash Bros thing.
His singing, like I thought Teron was the next one up. I did. I don't know what happened.
And Timmy, I brought up Timmy after Teron because
Timmy's, come on, that's my guy.
That's like
Timmy's like my little brother.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
he was like the little
But like Timmy gets me tight because like any of my new shit, he'd be like, yeah, it's cool, and then like out of nowhere, like at 2 a.m, he'll start rapping some shit that like I said obscurely on a freestyle in 2004. It's like, motherfucker, I got all this new shit out. Like I don't want to hear that shit.
Timmy, he does the same shit.
Because the shit sound fat to me.
He does the same. No, what
the old shit be like?
You think it sounds? You think the old shit? It's
dated.
Sonically,
it's dated to me. Like
sonically, I will say sonically. Like if you're on an engineer's
I was lyrical,
perspective,
but I was speaking a whole bunch of bullshit sometimes.
I mean, the bars were there though. The double entendres were there. The metaphors and similes were there. Like
I know,
like I said, on a bar,
it's like even listening to the work release album 15 years later. I'm sitting here. I'm like, what was the direction of this album? What was the point of this album? It was just me fucking rapping.
You don't think you were telling a story at that point?
I'm not sure. I mean, some songs, yeah, but some songs could have just been left off.
I feel that.
And then I'm doing like stop, swag, stop. I'm like, all right, I was trying to look for a club hit. That was a miss. Certain songs still resonate with me. But the shit I do now, everything has a purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Everything has a purpose. There's a reason for everything. There's a reason why this song goes like this. There's a reason why this song is put on the track list after this one. Sonically, like I'm head and shoulders above where I used to be. And like look at Mobb Deep, right? Mobb Deep's like one of the greatest of all time.
Mm-hmm.
They were crazy when they were teenagers. They were nasty in their 20s.
Mm-hmm.
By their late 20s, they peaked, and that was it. You know what I'm saying? Once they got to G Unit, they were fucking washed.
Yeah.
You know? Like, it's very rare. And this is, me and Brown in the same, I'm 42, Brown's 40. Like, we keep elevating. Mm-hmm. I don't know if that's because we never really got on and never.
It's a mix of both. Because never getting on forces you to want to create and still like push the sound and try sounds.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You haven't necessarily like.
But I still feel I haven't peaked, and I'm 42 years old. That's.
You're not supposed to. You're not ever supposed to feel that you peaked. Though.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And once you peak, that means you decline.
Mm.
You know what I mean? And I also am heavily in belief that we have multiple peaks in our life. For example, you could be a star athlete at a point in life and then transition into being a great businessman or transition into being, an athlete, or an artist or anything. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
That makes sense because I'll like Cam will do freestyles on his It Is What It Is podcast.
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather, for the longest time I thought Jay-Z was more lyrical than Cameron, but if you ask me today at 2025, if each one of them are going to drop a verse, I'd much rather listen to Cam.
I'm going to have to agree to disagree with you on, brother.
That's cool.
So hold on a second.
I don't want to hear no new Jay verses.
I'll be honest. So
I don't want to hear about Rock Nation brunches and Black Republican shit. I want to hear fucking.
Here's my thing though with Jay-Z, with the whole Jay-Z thing, because like when Jay-Z puts out one verse every like 5 years, let's just say, and Jay-Z literally shuts the internet down when he puts that one. God did really literally shut the internet down.
God did was cool. It was alright.
Do you think it was just an okay
It
verse?
was alright. I like 5 of your shit better.
Wow. Wow. I respect the hot take, man. I respect the hot take.
I like what I like.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Oh shit.
But
So
listen. Everybody's favorites is different, right?
mm-hmm.
Like I listen to Nori to this day.
Nori's nice.
Like I mean, Nori's the best worst rapper there ever was. The bitch said was three
Agreed.
times in one bar.
Agreed.
He was a boxer guard and he was glad. What the fuck is that?
Now you're not
Catch
wrong.
me in the North facing the North. Like, bro, come on, like, but it's Nori.
You know what it is? He was like that.
It's Nori.
It's like that French Montana shit before French. Like, you know, French be saying little cool shit.
Yeah.
He won't have no metaphors nor similes in his bars at all. But he'll just say like, it's not about how you live, it's how you living. You know what I mean? Like he'll just say some shit that make you some introspective ass shit. That's like, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I feel that.
So I feel like we missed something.
You were talking about how you didn't like your old shit, and we were talking
Even
about
that.
Timmy. So that's why I wanted to brought up Timmy right after Tehran.
Broke but delicious is fucking
Broke
great.
but delicious is great. I love it.
I just think he's not doing what he's supposed to do with it. Like he's supposed to be pushing it. Like
Timmy is a dude that moves on his own accord.
I know, but sometimes that momentum, like once you slow down your momentum.
I feel that.
And also it's like you have to create something that like, you build enough momentum to where you can fall back.
Yeah, facts.
I don't feel like he built enough momentum with it to where he could just be like, all right, I'm gonna chill for a second. Like he was supposed to go hard. Like
in defense,
because it's so good.
In his defense, as someone who like has been there for a couple of Broke but Deliciouses, one, it's a lot. Like that's a lot to do. Like you have a lot of moving parts. It's a lot of editing. Like because you have let's just say 4 to 3 different camera angles. You know what I mean? It's not like how we record a lot differently than this. Like because when we finish with this is gonna be done.
Yeah, and we're not moving around.
We don't have to. No, I'm not even talking about that. Like as far as the back end work, as far as the editing,
okay.
The only editing that has to be done after we do this is literally like there's no post after this. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. The only editing we do after this is clips. You know what I'm saying? Everything else, all the post, all that is literally already like pre-mixed within the computer app that we do. So like for us, like it's not tough. But like for someone like Timmy who has to have editors and people, take their free time and edit this, I will say like I could never do what he does because I don't have the time and the patience to do that. That takes forever. Like, I record for other podcasts that record like the traditional way, 3 camera, and they have editors, and that shit takes like, solid. It's like a month turn. It's usually like a solid like, 2 weeks to about a month turnaround. To get all those cuts, to make it all clean, to make
God bless.
Yeah, so it's like, you know what I mean? Like, and we do got to give Cut Timmy a little bit of slack in that, and
Nah, I ain't cutting them shit.
All right, fuck it. But so I did want to say this. So you and Tehran made a song back in the day, and then Timmy ended up using it with Imani.
Yeah.
How did you fit? Well, I know y'all had a conversation before. He came out with the song or whatever. Mm-hmm. But how did it feel just to see that?
I mean, at the time, I was tight about it. But, like, at the end of the day, like, if we're being honest, like, it's not my beat. I didn't pay for the beat. Mm-hmm. It's Bass's beat.
Respect.
So, like, and also, I really didn't fucking do anything with it but, like, get 200 views, 200 clicks on fucking SoundCloud. So, it's not like, I had this big hit that fucking blew up. Like, at the time, I was like, damn, bro, like, all these beats that Bass has, you couldn't pick something else?
I feel that.
And then, but like, I mean, I was tight for about 10 minutes, and then that was the end of it.
Nah, I think it was dope though. I personally like it was almost like being like on some industry shit, seeing like a reference track and then seeing like the final track almost. You know?
Yeah,
what
I mean? But that's not the way that I perceived it at the time. Mm-hmm. I perceived it as like this is our track, and he was just like fucking like, oh, I'm gonna do something with this beat, even though I know, Flip did something.
I feel. I mean, listen, little white boy competition never hurt no one. You know what I'm saying? Little white on white crime. You know what I mean? So the last 2 names are Alias and BG/Marat.
Who's BG/Marat?
Marat, Andrew.
Oh, Andrew. He's chilling right now. He's making
my boy is working.
He's doing videos. He's doing his thing.
Workaholic, man.
I mean, a lot of people don't want to admit this, but like he came up with Marat.
That's a fact.
And they don't want to admit it because he's from the white side. But he came up with Maroc. Like, people were calling him Maroc in 2010.
Before then, maybe even before then, bro.
Or whatever. So, yeah, like shout out to him. Darius, that's my guy.
Yeah,
that's my guy. He's always been nice. Team Fire. You didn't even put Team Fire on the list. They were like,
well, I didn't know
they were like the competition.
That was really,
yeah.
So so put me on. Yeah, put me on.
I'm just, yeah, Greg, Grimy, like they were the competition. Like they were.
I didn't know
nice.
that was. I didn't know there was like a competition between you. I thought.
It was like a not a real competition, but there's always competition when people are rapping. Mm-hmm. You know, like they're dropping shit, we're dropping shit. We're the only people consistently dropping shit all the time.
So GP versus Team Fire in a battle. Who's winning?
I was. GP was kind of like done by the time.
So where
Team Fire popped off.
What were you? What was you on at that
MRL,
time?
me, Ruggs, Ag.
Oh
Brown,
shit! Okay.
Bass.
Okay. So
I'm gonna go with MRL all day. Fuck you mean?
You put up their top 4 versus your top 4.
I'm going with my team all. I don't think there's anybody in the world that. Maybe, me, Ag, and Brown.
That's nasty.
When we're on tracks together, come on.
It is nasty.
Me and it's like, nobody's got to pick anybody up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Nobody's got to keep up with each other. Mm-hmm. Like we're all nice, and been nice for mad long.
So when you were doing all this obviously, you got out. This is when you were, kind of fresh out, kind of sort of, right?
Yeah.
You were using at that time, right?
No. So what happened was, now we're circling back to where I wanted to go before you were like, oh, back to Timmy. No, let's get back to. So I told you I had the episode with the K2, right? Mm-hmm. So then a friend basically told me, like, yo, remember we used to pop Vikes back in the day? And I was like, yeah. Now, I'm naive to this whole situation. I've been gone for a minute. He said, yo, he's like, sniff half of one of these, and you're going to be good. And they were blues, 30s, Roxy's. I hate when people call them perk 30s. Like, what the fuck is a perk 30?
Yeah, no.
Shit don't exist. It's a Roxy cotton.
Mm-hmm.
So I sniffed half a blue, and I was like, I was feeling wavy. I was like, okay, this will work.
This is that shit right there.
Because I couldn't smoke weed. Mm-hmm. That's really what the problem was. That's why I started smoking the K2, because I couldn't smoke weed because I was on fucking work release and then I was on parole, right? Mm-hmm. If I don't know, I can't say definitively like it would have went, like I probably would have never did pills and then never did heroin if I was just able to fucking smoke weed. I can't definitively say that, right? It's a thought that I have. It's a thought that plays trick with my mind with fucking almost 5 years sober. I'm like, oh, I could probably smoke weed, but then I'm like, yeah, but do you want to chance it? Your life is going like I don't want to brag or anything, but I haven't had to fucking pull up to a gas station in a long time and have to count money for gas or whatever. I give them the card and I say, fill it up or 93. It's been like that for years. I don't want to brag or nothing.
Nah. My son good now. My son good now.
There's people that are still counting singles and dollars for gas. And
that's me.
Listen. God bless.
Listen, I'm counting my singles.
I haven't had to do that in such a long time.
That's good.
Like my credit is like 770 right now.
Wow.
This is somebody who didn't have credit 3 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting married. I'm going to Aruba.
That's fire, bro.
I got a good job. I'm like a supervisor at this job. I work in a rehab, and it's crazy because for 10 years, I was in and out of rehabs,
mm-hmm.
right? I said that in my new shit, was in and out of rehab, and now I'm really running one. Like they entrust me to keep 100 people safe.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy to me. I used to shoot heroin in gas station bathrooms. They entrust me with the care of 100 people.
You being from the other era, the older era, and now you dealing with people on drugs and back in the day, as customers,
mm-hmm.
and even yourself, versus how, actually dealing with them now. How has the culture kind of changed when the way we treat addicts and stuff like that?
Well, there's a lot of, I got sober through AA, right? And AA preaches a lot of God can do anything.
Mm-hmm.
Accountability, taking personal accountability for my life and stuff like that. The approach in the treatment field is it's not your fault.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I feel like that kind of enables people, but like I believe that the treatment field has moved into the sector of harm reduction, and I believe a big part of that is fentanyl.
Mm-hmm.
Stop putting fentanyl in cocaine.
For real.
Stop putting fentanyl in cocaine.
How do you feel about like the safe use facilities and things like that? Does not?
I mean, they serve their purpose. If we're looking at it from a standpoint of just like, you know, trying to save lives,
Mm-hmm.
they serve a purpose. I'd rather somebody go into a safe use facility and walk out with their life than go into the, you know, back of 7-Eleven, shoot up and fucking die.
The fact that based on what you said before, about the whole "it's not your fault" thing, and it's almost like enabling.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, like I said, you came up in a different era where
Yeah, I was going.
fiends were I hate to use, sorry to use the word fiends, but fiends were like shamed, and there was like a lot of shaming and a lot of like, you know, motherfuckers were knocking
I
out
don't
crackheads and
listen.
shit like that.
I don't think that was. Hmm.
Bum fights, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, we didn't have. Listen, I know some tough fiends.
I know.
You know what I'm saying? And like
R.P. Birdman, R.P. Stuck.
this is
You
what
know
I'm
what I mean?
this is what I'm trying to say. Like I know some tough people that had addictions and didn't overcome their addictions, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they were treated with the utmost respect most of the time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, you know, nobody will fix your car cheaper and better than a crackhead.
Oh, 1,000%.
You know what I'm saying?
1,000%.
And like, you know, people everybody serves their purpose in this life. Um, some people are called for a higher purpose, some people aren't, and that's just the duality. Listen. I can't tell you how much money I give to people struggling
Mm-hmm.
when I see, you know, and you know, strangers. Like, you know, I see somebody fucked up. I'll give them, I've given people coats right out of the back seat of my car. If it was cold enough outside, like, "Here, take this coat. Fuck
Mm-hmm.
it." Like, you know, your blessings are always going to come back. Like I said, it's been a long time since I had to, like, you know, struggle to pay a bill or something like that. So, like, you know, I'm very blessed. Like, I didn't have to be here.
Mm-hmm.
I could have died
Yeah.
several times over, you know, and it's a miracle that, like, I'm still here today. It's a miracle that, like, I have a family. I have a beautiful wife to be, her two daughters, who are now my two daughters, and, like, you know, I'm a role model to them,
Mm-hmm.
and they have no idea. They have no idea the person that I was, whether it was like, you know, in the streets, gang banging, letting shit flare off, or fucking bottom of the barrel junkie, whatever. Like, you know, like, they don't know any of that. They just know Sean. They
Mm-hmm.
know Sean's gonna get up. He's gonna leave the house at 6:30 in the morning. He's gonna go to work. Some days he's not gonna come home till 11 o'clock at night, and all of our needs are gonna be met.
Mm.
That's the person that they know. Is he gonna have a little attitude every now and then? Absolutely.
I mean, Sean ain't perfect. You know what I mean? Sean
No.
ain't perfect. But Sean definitely came very far from where Sean was many, many years
And
ago.
there's still so much further to go.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like, don't be content in the situation that you're in, because, like, it can always get better. Like, like, when I first got sober, like, all I wanted to do was stop doing heroin. If that was all that I had gotten, I would have
Mm-hmm.
cut myself so short, because of the blessings that I've received in life.
God bless, man. That's something. Amen, bro. It's beautiful. Do you feel that you still are catching up from lost times?
No, no. So drug addicts and alcoholics have this innate ability of doing that. Like, I'm in a crazy way, I'm ahead of schedule, and I'm going to tell you what I mean. Right? Somebody graduates high school, they go to college, they pick a profession. Somewhere in their 30s, they buy a house,
Mm-hmm.
they start building a family, and, like, by the time they're like 45, they have all of these things. Right?
Mm-hmm.
You're looking at somebody who blew their life up over and over and over and over again, who's about to marry somebody who was in the same position that I was in. I have 5 years sober, and I'll probably own a house by next year.
Mm.
So, like, I don't feel I'm catching up, and I don't compare myself to other people. We live in a world where, like, you could be having a good day, and all you got to do is go on Instagram for 5 minutes to let you know how bad you're doing in life.
Facts. That's a
Right?
fact.
Like, oh, I went to high school with this kid. He's got this. This one's got that. I just looked on Instagram earlier, and this kid I went to junior high school with, I don't even remember him, but he was like, "Yo, I remember you from junior high. Uh, I remember you used to have the boom box, and I walked around junior high with a boom box. That's what I was known for. I would, play music, whatever. And he's like, yo, you're really putting on for the town. And we don't talk like that. But like I see, like today, he got his fucking doctorate.
Oh shit,
So he's a doctor today.
that's
He's
hard.
got his doctorate in philosophy, and I'm like, yo, that's crazy. Like, shout out to him.
That's fucking yeah.
Shout out to Phoenix, man. Yeah.
Yo, shout out Phoenix, bro.
Yeah, he's like, that's crazy, right?
That is actually
Got his doctorate. Like, 'cause we don't think it's like we don't think like shit like that is possible for us, because like, what we grew up around and what we idolized, and the thing, I grew up looking at people selling drugs as like the people that, like, I wanted to be like, or whatever, or rappers, or whatever the case may be. Like, I wanted to be like this, I wanted to be like that. I really didn't want to be like any doctors. But as you get older, like, you appreciate different things. And I'm like, wow, this dude's a fucking doctor.
I mean, you know what it is? You get older, you start to respect work and respect, like, actually putting in that time, and like, you know what I mean, for whatever, that 10,000 hours, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, I'm not gonna lie to you. I've pursued many things. I can't say I've put 10,000 hours into many things. You know what I'm saying? So I'm pretty sure the same for you.
Yeah, 10,000 hours. I mean, I'm pretty sure I put 10,000 hours in rap, but
That's probably about it. You know what I mean? Like, I
Yeah.
mean, we've, it's tough, especially sticking things,
I was
sticking
talking
things
the
through
other
and
day.
shit.
I was like, yo, I've been rapping for almost 30 years.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. 3 decades.
I mean, that's why you still good though. That's why, you know what I mean? You really stuck to the craft. You really, you know what I mean, put your head down and really got better at that shit.
I'll
You know
tell
what
you. So like lately, like I just did the One Train Cipher.
I'm
I met Warren Wint. He's cool. I've been meeting people like just like Buddy Lofton, like but like I don't have this mentality of like trying to like be the best on Long Island. First off, I think if you're trying to be the best on Long Island, you're limiting yourself to the whole fucking world.
You might as well try to go be the smartest retard.
I mean, I'm not gonna go to that extent, but what I'm saying is there's so many dope people out here, and like if you just work with these dope people, like things will elevate for everybody. That's how I got the relationship with Bars for Days, and then I started fucking with Tef and all them dudes, or the Cloth. Like, shout out to the Cloth. If I feel somebody's dope, like I want to work with them. I know my ego's not involved in the situation, because like I personally feel that like if I'm getting on the track, nobody's gonna leave me. You might match me, but nobody's gonna fucking leave me to where people are just like, yo, this guy killed it, flip shit was ass. Like, at the end of the day, my work speaks for itself.
I feel that. Do you feel compelled to whoever you're rapping with to at least match them,
I'm trying,
or if not beat them?
no, the goal is to leave them.
Oh yeah, always.
The goal is to leave everybody,
Yeah.
right? Like, nah, fuck that. Like,
I feel
I'm not
that.
saying I leave everybody, but the goal is to stand out and like, you know what I'm saying? If somebody never heard my shit before, and because like, listen, I know my friends are a bunch of haters, right?
Yeah.
So if my friends turn around and say like, yo, son, you on the track with is nice, then he's nice, because it's like the natural disposition to be like, yo, you killed that shit, son, you was with, he was ass, blah blah blah, this, that, and the fifth. So like, it's the goal is to leave everybody.
Facts. I agree.
And I'm not saying I leave everybody, but like I'm walking away with new fans all the time. People hear my shit and they're like, they'll hear my feature on somebody else's track and be like, yo, he's nice. And then they look me up. And now I got a bunch of work. Like, I got like 15 videos. I got this, I got that. I got, shit on all these different platforms or whatever.
When did the We Go Hard thing come into play?
All right, so around 2013, Steams hit me up. That's my man. We've been friends since we battled in the barbershop in Dimensional Cuts in 2002.
Shout out Dimensional. Damn. Shout out to Ishmael and
yeah. But Corey, his man was Steams. They were from Fort Greene together. And we battled each other one year. Then the next year we battled each other again. We stayed, cool through like social media over the years, MySpace, this, that, and the fifth. But when I came home, like he was trying to put me on, but like in 2013, like that's when like I first started like shooting heroin as opposed to like sniffing heroin, not doing pills anymore. Like rap wasn't in the plans for me, but then heroin just became normal and a part of my life, and being in and out of rehab became normal and a part of my life. So I just fit like battle rap into the schedule of all the fucking bullshit that was going on in my life. And like, I don't know, I've always been good at battling.
Mhm.
I mean, I did it before I went to jail. I did it on Grind Time. I did it on Fight Club. Like, I battled huge names. I battled the Tay Rocks and the Cortezes of the world, like before going to prison, before they were known.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
So, battle steams when we were kids.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That lore is insane, bro.
It's crazy.
That lore is insane, bro.
My life
Do you feel that? All right, and I hate to go
could
off
be a
that.
movie, man.
I was gonna say, do you feel that like, damn, like you never have those thoughts, like, and I hate to, whatever, but you never have those thoughts, like, damn, if I wasn't like fucking around on drugs and shit, I might have been.
Well, that's why I'm on this run I'm on right now,
Mm-hmm.
because I don't have any excuses anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have the excuses of like I was on drugs or this, that, and the fifth. Like, I really don't care to battle anymore. I mean, I would.
Mm-hmm.
The right opportunity presents itself, right bag, right opponent, I'll do it because I love it. I love the sport of battle rap, right?
I was gonna ask you who's your hardest battle, like the toughest one, and then
The toughest one I had,
yeah,
Bangs.
Bangs.
He freestyled the whole battle.
I saw that one. Yeah,
He freestyled the whole battle. He rebutted my whole second round.
Yeah,
He's an alien.
That was between me and you and the viewers. That was kind of bad. That one, he kind of, yeah. And I'm gonna be completely honest with you. And
my shit was dope though.
Listen, you always.
This shit's got 100,000 views. Like that.
Always good.
Like bodies don't get 100,000
Yeah.
views. Like, it's a classic battle. Do I think he won? Yes.
That's what I'm saying. Like, listen, I can honestly say, like, every battle I've actually, because I've.
But when like shout out to Banks, because that's my dog. But he said, "Flip, this is my favorite battle ever."
Really?
It's his favorite battle. That's the impression that I left on him.
Wow.
Because I was in my bag that night.
Mm-hmm.
I took the first round, right?
Mm-hmm.
I took the first round. He took the second round. Then he rebutted my whole second round for his third round. So anything that he came prepared with, he threw that out the window and just used everything in the room, everything I said, to create his third round.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to beat that.
Yeah.
But my third round was impeccable.
Mm-hmm. I was gonna say my favorite battle of yours that I saw was when you dissed your own shorty at the time.
Oh, the cool battle. I mean, I had just gotten out of rehab for that.
It's funny.
I was talking about that with Verg. Like,
shout out to Big Face Showcase. Remember
Billy?
him? Billy, yeah.
Billy Posner.
Yeah, Billy Posner. He's actually the person that kind of like Timmy would always tell me about you. You know what I mean? And like they would bring you up and shit. But like Billy was the first nigga to actually sit down with me and actually put your shit on.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? On the TV and like, oh, listen, he's from Quorum. Like he's doing his thing. Like blah blah blah. Like he's the one that really said, "Yo, yeah, listen to this." Showed me the sound click. You know what I mean? And like then, like I said, I started talking to Timmy and started talking to Bass and started talking because this is like around the time like when I first started getting into music or whatever. And like I said, he put me on to that shit. Like, and that was like one of the maybe the second battle I've ever watched of you.
Yeah, that was like 2015, 2016.
Something like that. Yeah.
10 years ago.
Long time ago, bro.
Jesus.
Yeah. But how did that, I want to know, how was the discussion in the either car going up to it or like leading up to it? Like you told her, hey, I'm going to use you.
I didn't tell her shit.
So how was the car ride home?
I said, stand behind me. I mean, listen, she was like, she always liked attention. So it really wasn't like it
raised her brand, if anything.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't like there was no tension car ride home. It was like, you did a great job type shit.
That shit was fine. No, bro, listen, like I said, I was like, yo, this nigga, what? I remember like, oh, fuck.
I was like, I broke out the mirror. I started battling myself.
Yeah.
And I was just like, if you're going to put it all out there, put it all out there. Because this is the shit that people are talking about when I'm not in the room. Things, the whispers I catch of, conversations with people or whatever. So it was like everything that was just put it all out there. And then end it with a haymaker. That Saving Private Ryan shit blew
crazy.
Fucking
crazy
off that place.
Crazy. Bro. That was, like I said, that was my favorite battle. Like, that was one, the mirror thing, the shorty thing, like that shit was so creative. Like and I'm not gonna sit here and lie. Like I watch all this battle rap period. Like you and T-Rex are probably my most watched battles, like of my whole entire life. You know what I mean? I don't really follow a lot of battle rap, but like I don't know how many times that's been done, but that shit was fire. I said, "Oh my god!"
I could tell you I was the first one to do it.
Yo, bro,
I wasn't the last, but I was definitely the first.
I was hailing you as one of the goats at that point, and when you did that shit, I was like, "Oh, this nigga about to take this shit over."
So the thing about We Go Hard is this, right? We Go Hard, especially at that time, it was like the rucker for battle rap.
Mhm.
So these big names that were on URL,
you had to stop by.
They were not even stop by, right? They were fucking watching.
Mm-hmm.
So like, as opposed to us getting like 10, 15,000 views, they're stealing our concepts and the things that we were doing and bringing it and getting million views.
Got you.
Shit like that, right?
Bro, I remember I was so upset.
That's part of the game, though.
I drove out to Queens one time for one of your battles and I missed it. I was so mad. And I don't even think we knew each other at the time.
And that's the thing. Like this whole battle rap career of mine I never had a home game.
Mm-hmm.
I never, besides battling in Steams in the barbershop, I never had a battle rap event out here where I battled somebody. Like, all my shits were away games.
Literally.
But I got so much love at We Go Hard. Like, that's family. Like, I put it on my arm for a reason. And they use that shit to me to this day against me. Like, oh, you're tat. Like, they bring that shit in. That's why when I was battling Buds, I was like, you got 730 tatted on your throat. You telling men you got the crazy neck. Pause. That shit went crazy. My battle formula is this, right? I'm going to say the shit about myself, and I'm going to say it first, and I'm going to say it better. So when you say it against me, it's not going to have the same sting.
Mm-hmm.
So anytime I can get in front of something and use it to my advantage, that's what I'm going to do.
I respect it. Did you feel that your time locked up, your bars got better, or anything like influenced your bar? Because like you were kind of, you spent a lot of time thinking probably.
Yeah. I mean, and I met a lot of really good people that were good at rap. Like I learned stage performance in Arthur Kill.
Did they have talent shows?
We had talent shows in Arthur Kill. We had a whole music room. Shout out to Steels. We're still friends on the gram to this day. He's from Harlem. He does his thing. But we had a whole little group. It's called PTS, Prison to the Streets.
That's fire.
They had the MP. They were making beats. The only thing we weren't doing in there was recording music.
Really?
We were doing shows in the yard.
You think that
on 4th of July?
Are you not to say jealous of a nigga in jail right now, but do you wish like niggas had the technology they do now where they can record over the phone and shit? You think you'd have been doing some jail freestyles over the phone?
Probably, but I'd just rather not be in jail.
Respect. I'm not gonna lie. Nah, respect.
I'm thinking about it. Like, I had some good times in jail, but like, I'd just rather not be there. It's a matrix. It's not real life. Mm-hmm. It's not.
It's like, it's crazy to say, but it's like summer camp with bad, like people that did bad things.
It's like
bug out summer camp almost.
Like when I'm working at my job at the rehab, I'll see people there like 8 months, a year, and I'm like, we have such limited time on this planet. If you're lucky, you get like 70, 75 summers. Mm-hmm. Like, and you don't think about stuff like that when you're in rehab. You don't think about that when you're in jail. Like, you don't think about like the finality of death. Like, because when it's over, it's over. And then like at the end of the day, like, God forbid, walk out of here and get hit by a car and it's over anyway, right? So, I don't know, like, I think about, like, I don't want to say I think about death a lot, but I think about living a lot now. And living life to the fullest and trying. That's why I try not to get caught up in what we were talking about before, like, oh, I'm this far behind, I'm that far, because that'll just ruin my whole day.
Respect, I feel it. It's and that's something I can even listening to that, man. It's tough because I myself, all I do a lot of my life. I mean, a lot of my time when when you're sitting in the silence, sitting in the dark. You know what I mean? You're sitting there. It's tough to not reflect.
Yeah, I mean, listen. Before the cameras came on, you asked me a specific question. You said, "How's it feel to be fat now?" And like damn, like that kind of stings a little because like if anybody, if you know me and you know my journey, you know that like fucking last year in May I was 287 pounds and now I'm 247, and like the struggle that it takes to get to be
Oh yeah.
247 from 287 and walk, 6 to 8 miles every single day. Go to the gym, hit the as hit the elliptical, like fucking, and the struggle of like I'm a horrible eater, so
Hmm.
like so pause.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Ah,
That was.
yeah.
Whew.
I I don't my diet is not up to par
Hmm.
with my lifestyle. Like I eat a lot of fried food, I drink a lot of soda, and like people be like, "Well, that defeats the purpose of you working and walking out." Well, no, it doesn't, because if I didn't work and walk out, I'd be 290 pounds and I'm
Facts.
247,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
But like at the end of the day, heart disease runs in my family. I have a father that died at 45. His father died at 61. Um, my mother's not in the best of health. Like she's 69 years old, but like
Hmm.
how much time do I have left with her? She really don't leave the house anymore. She's on oxygen. Like that's why I quit smoking cigarettes. So it's like I keep putting off this um change in my lifestyle with eating, and it has to happen at some point.
You know what it is,
But I
bro?
keep putting it off.
It's tough because like in life you don't control a lot. You know what I mean? And it's crazy to say this, but like one of the few things in life daily and or 4 times a day, 3 times a day that we can actually do is control what we put into our bodies. You know what I mean? Control what we eat. And that's like, you know what I mean? A lot of people struggle, and I can tell you myself, I struggle with that myself because, you know, as a motherfucker who goes through life, you know what I mean, letting Jesus take the wheel, the one few things I can control is do I want to eat this chicken and broccoli or do I want to eat this Chinese food?
Mm.
You know what I mean? Do I want to eat this pizza? Do I want to eat this fucking smoothie? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, you know what I mean? And like, you're gonna wanna, because like I said, because as people who, don't control life and kind of want to have that little one smidge of something, you
Yeah,
know what I
I
mean?
mean, for me especially, like, I don't do drugs anymore. I
Hmm.
don't drink. I don't
Exactly.
smoke weed. I gave up smoking cigarettes. So I feel like I make excuses for my poor eating. Like this is all I have
Yeah.
left. Look at all these areas that I'm doing so good in.
Hmm.
But the reality of the situation is, heart disease doesn't care that I don't do heroin anymore.
Hmm.
Diabetes doesn't care that I don't smoke crack. Like they don't
Hmm.
give a fuck about none of that. It's
Hmm.
like you're not supposed to eat this. You're not supposed to drink that. And if you eat this and drink that, this is the consequence of it. That's why when people sit there and tell me like, like back to the addiction thing, they'll be like, "Well, is addiction a disease or a choice?" And I'm like, "Well, why can't it be both?"
Mm.
Because a lot of diseases start off with a choice, right?
Mm.
You eat too much red meat, you made a choice to eat too much meat. Now you have heart disease.
Mm.
You drink too much soda and eat too much candy. You made a decision to drink that soda, eat that candy, and now you have diabetes. You run around having unprotected sex with a bunch of women. You made the choice to go and get AIDS.
Yeah.
So if I'm sitting there doing heroin, I made the choice to get this disease of addiction.
Hmm.
That's the way I look at it.
I mean, and not to get too deep into that, like psychology of that. But the only thing with that psychology of the addiction with me personally, like how I view it, and this is like I said, this is all my view, and I can't really, I'm not no scientist, I ain't shit, but like I always feel like it's people trying to chase something, and I feel like it's something more that's like I feel like it's something more psychological. That's the only thing that kind of keeps me from calling it like a full disease or like whatever. Just because like it's always something psychological that has to like
Well,
it's never like a nigga that just decided to wake up and boom.
yeah, well, a disease by definition is an organ or a part of the body acting abnormally, an
Mm.
abnormal reaction to something, right?
Mm.
So my mind is having an abnormal reaction to the stuff that I'm putting in my body. And I say that to say
Mm.
this, right? You have people who don't have the disease of addiction or alcoholism
Mm.
that will use a certain substance and get physically addicted. Being physically addicted and addiction are two different things, right?
Mm.
Because you could take somebody who went and sniffed too much coke, right? Lost everything. They go to rehab for 28 days and they say, "I'm never doing that again. That was fucked up." And then they fucking get out and they go live a regular life and they never touch, coke again,
Mm.
right? The disease of addiction is I burn my life to the ground for the sixth or seventh time. I go to rehab, then I go to a long term rehab, then I go to a sober house, then I get my life together, and then somewhere along the line, my brain tells me, Remember all those good times you had on heroin? It doesn't tell me anything about the times I was homeless or the times I blew my life up, right?
Okay.
So the difference between people who get physically addicted and the people who actually, have addiction problems is at some point my mind is going to tell me that it's okay to go do this again, right? And the problem with that is when people who are just physically addicted put down the drugs or alcohol, their life gets instantly better. When people who have addiction put down drugs or alcohol, the real problem starts. And the problem is I can't control my thoughts, my attitudes, and behaviors.
Gotcha.
So,
Okay.
so when they stop doing drugs, the problem goes away. When I stopped doing drugs, the problem just started. The problem is I don't know how to live without these substances. The substances were never the problem. They were the solution to my problem. And that's that I can't control myself.
Wow.
Without them.
Okay. Okay. It puts it more in perspective because I always, always try to like, as someone who's never really had any issues or like that or anything or, bro, I never even sniffed coke before. I've the furthest of drugs I probably did was like Adderall and shrooms. You know what I'm saying? Like, but like, I always try to like understand because I've been around a bunch of people who's had issues or I've been around people that's passed away because of these issues and. I always just try to understand like that psychology behind it because when I've spoken to them, you know what I mean, like like I said, and they kind of say what you say, but not as articulate. I'll be honest, that was very articulate. It was very good, man. You should start a podcast, bro. So I know you say you're not in competition with anyone, but I do have to ask you, who are your top 5 Long Island artists?
Top 5 Long Island artists.
Or you can say top 3 if anything.
I like Nino.
Okay.
I like Bars for Days.
Okay.
Nino, Bars for Days, Ag.
Okay.
Nino, Bars for Days, Ag. Why am I drawing a blank right now? Soul's probably in my top 5.
Who?
Jay Soul.
Jay Soul. Okay, Jay Soul. Okay.
He probably in my top 5. Oh, and probably number 1 to me right now, Pills.
Pills?
You know Pills?
Nah, I don't.
Jesus.
He's nice?
What?
Yeah. So are these because I feel like this is a little...
Pills is probably my favorite rapper right now.
This is a little town heavy. Ag, Bars for Days.
I'm going to think... Well, Bars is from CI.
Oh, I thought he was from out here.
Bars is from CI. Sos is from Brentwood.
Okay,
Pills is from, I think, Amityville.
Okay. Yeah. Is Pills a white boy?
Nah.
Black dude?
Black dude.
Really? You gotta put me on. You gotta put me on later.
I'll put you
Put me on afterwards. So, all right, after that, I want to know, do you consider yourself the best white rapper or the best rapper on Long Island?
I think I'm the best rapper.
Best rapper?
Best rapper.
There's no one you can think outside of Brown, you said before.
What can you do with me? What can you do? You can't battle me. Who's going to battle me? I am a legend in the battle rap world. I'm a legend.
Didn't you just have a diss track back and forth with someone recently?
Yeah, with Chuck and them.
Chuck and them. Yeah. Shout out to the bros, man. I don't know how y'all relationship is.
Me and Chuck cool.
Okay, good.
Me and Quinn cool.
Was that just sport? Like that was just a
I guess it was a misunderstanding when I think people start. I thought they were, and
I'm not trying to be messy, by the way.
No, to this day, I don't know if me and Chuck about to do track, so we're good.
Yeah, Chuck be on the show every so often. That's the guy. That's my guy.
So I thought there was just like some little slick indirect shit going on, and I'm not with the indirect shit, so I said, "Fuck it, like
do it on wax."
Yeah,
I respect it. I ain't mad at it
and
at
then
all.
they did 3 tracks. I mean, their shits were cool. I still think my shit was better.
It was a couple of them, right? It was like a couple of different people, right?
Yeah.
It was Quinn
dropped his, then Hood dropped his, and then Chuck dropped his, and that was the end of it.
Okay.
There wasn't no back and forth. I dropped my shit. I shot at everybody.
That's hard. I ain't mad at it.
Yeah.
I ain't mad at one. I mean, I'm not gonna lie.
None of my friends jumped in it. It was just,
I'm not gonna lie. I thought it was gonna be a little civil war. I was waiting for it, low key. I was tuned in.
I'm not gonna drag.
Not
my
like
friends
a bad civil war, but I'm talking about just, bro. Because like this is the thing. Like niggas be treating this shit like at the end of the day, bro. If like you didn't steal money from me, fuck my bitch, disrespect my family or anything like that, there's like real no like if me and you, let's just say right now, me and you, I'm a better rapper. No, I'm a better rapper. Okay, so we got a studio right next door. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
we can figure that out right now. We
Well,
can figure. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that goes into what I'm saying with like I'll get on tracks with anybody
Mm-hmm.
because I'm not scared of what you're gonna do on that track. I know I'm gonna show up,
Mm-hmm.
right? There's people I know right now that'll, I'm not 100% certain, but there's people that don't want to get on tracks with me.
Really?
Why would they want to get on tracks? Some people's ego can't handle that. What if the white boy leaves you?
But nigga, like, but this is the thing, like, bro, and this is the truth of the matter, especially like within the towns, like, a lot of niggas aren't like barsmiths like that, like to even feel that way, like, and you know what I mean, like, and that's just how I look at it.
Well,
Like,
I'm bar heavy,
no,
so
I know, like I said, I understand you are bar heavy, you are you are barsmith. That's why I said a barsmith. You know what I mean? Most of everyone, like, and you know, most of everyone else outside of you and a couple other people aren't really like super lyrical miracle. Like I said, you, Brown, Ag, you know what I mean?
like I've mastered like
You throw in like grimy, you throw in maybe like a like an
I've
alias.
mastered like turning like bars that you would overlook into like triple entendres.
You-
Even the small littlest things like
I'm on 112, ducking 112. I was like, when I heard that shit.
I said some shit yesterday on the track with I was doing with Rush, and I said I think I said this whiter grit in your teeth like Colgate, like bro. I said this whiter had you grit in your teeth like Colgate. It's a triple entendre, like, and that's something you would overlook, like, but like no, there's like intricate. Same thing with the battle rap shit. Like, there's bars that if you watch my battles, you're like, some of them you're not gonna get, but they make so much sense to like a broad, different audience. Like, oh, he's like that's crazy. Like,
The one thing I like, that I really do always appreciate about your music in general, is the fact that you are always giving like the town like a shout. Like
yeah.
so and this is in '06. I wrote the lyrics. Ag love it when I talk backwards.
Mm-hmm.
My mom started bugging when I talk backwards. City cats don't understand it why I talk that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Why you say that car's fat when it's the ugliest whip?
Why you say that kid is weak when he's
funny
funny
as
as
shit.
shit? I told my man that I work with, he's from Brooklyn. I said, yo, we started this weak shit. And he's like, what do you, because he was on the phone with me. He's like, yo, that shit had me weak. I'm like, yo, we started that. Corm started that. And he's from Brooklyn. He's like, no, y'all didn't. I said, bro, I'm talking about this shit on tracks in '04. I pulled the track up on SoundClick. He's like, oh shit. Like,
Bro, we was on the bar exam. It's funny. We were doing the bar exam. Actually, you were on the show, I think, Ken. We were doing the bar exam, and I had to like put niggas on. Like, no, hold on. This backward talk shit been around since like '04, '06 type
been
shit.
around
Nigga.
longer
Like,
than that.
and
That
I had
shit's been
to,
around since I was a kid.
you
like,
feel me?
Like mid '90s.
Like, bro, I had to pull it. That's the track I pulled up to put niggas on. Like, yo, this backward shit been around forever.
Yo, I was in fucking middle school when people were calling each other brave.
Pretty.
He's like, yo, you pussy, man, you wild brave. Like, bro, that's like middle school. Like, I can remember it vividly, 6th, 7th grade. I'm old. Like,
Bro, my first instance with backwards talk that I ever remember. I was dating some gothic chick when I was in like 7th grade.
mm-hmm.
But like, and this was like, pushing the envelope because the hood wasn't ready for this yet. She had the pixie cut, but she like she was valid.
Mm-hmm.
But because she had the pixie cut and because Shorty was gothic, automatically she was in the no category to niggas. You know what I mean? So niggas came up to me like, yo, your new Shorty a cute baby. And I'm like, yo, thanks, bro.
Thanks, bro.
I'm like, thanks, bro. Appreciate you, my nigga. Like, and then like I start hearing it, like, and then hearing niggas snicker and shit. I'm like, turning to my man's like one of the niggas that was gonna put me on for real. I'm like, yo, what the fuck niggas laughing about? They calling your bitch ugly. I was like, oh nah, like that was literally like, well, I had to be what, 6th, 7th grade, something like that. Nasty work. So I wanted to before we bring this up, I do want to talk about, you dropped 3 albums, BTA, Acting Nice, and Been Assured. I just want to highlight Acting Nice. That is, I feel like, the most used and I feel like it's the most underappreciated but most used Corm phrase.
Acting nice.
Can you explain
everything? Been a short. Like, I ain't dropped the album.
Oh, it's
been a short.
Been a short. I'm sorry, I wrote Been a Short. I'm bugging.
Because it's been a short since I
Been
dropped
a short.
the album.
Yeah.
That's why everything. what I tell you before. I said everything makes sense now,
Mm-hmm.
right? Been a short. My fucking family, my baby picture with my family is the cover. Like it's
Mm-hmm.
been a short. Like I haven't been in this bag in a while. Yo, my mom works differently, but acting nice. Yeah.
Can you
Bitch
explain to
was
the people?
acting
Yeah,
nice.
can you explain to non-corn folk what acting nice mean?
Acting nice means like he's doing something. Like whether it be like, if fresh baby Nas get on the court and drop 30. That bitch is
Bitch acting
acting
nice.
nice,
Yeah,
right? If Booze drops some fucking shit with some nice anchors on it, like with
that
the
bitch.
jean jacket,
Yeah,
with the fucking jeans and put that shit together, that bitch is
acting.
acting nice.
Yo, if she fuck about 4 or 5 niggas at a party, that bitch is acting nice.
Acting nice.
I'm not gonna lie. That's a fact. If you're doing
If you're
something
doing something,
to a
right?
high level, it got to be
Yeah.
a mid to high level. You're
Yeah,
acting
if your
nice.
trap is jumping, that bitch is
Acting
acting
nice.
nice. If you get in the car and leave the boys and take them,
Oh, you
you're
acting nice.
acting nice. You're acting nice.
That's a fact. Yo, listen,
Acting
learn that
nice can be
corn
a
lingo.
whole bunch of different shit, right?
That's a fact. I listen, and that's why I had to
And
talk
it's
about that.
you have to decipher shit. Like
There's levels. We
like
talked about this
I
many
could be like,
times.
yo, that shit is hard. I could be saying like it's really cool or it's fucking dirt.
Yeah, that
Like
shit great. Yeah,
you have to know by like the influx or like
yes.
the sarcasm in the tone, like fucking it's just it's a whole different language. And it's like, we've been doing this shit forever.
Yeah, I put a couple of to bros, like the OT bros, onto
If
like
somebody's like, yo,
backwards.
that bitch had me sad, like I was happy. But if I'm like, yo, that shit had me sad, like I was really upset.
Yeah, you got friends that be butchering the talk.
No,
You don't got no OT friends that be butchering the backwards talk.
no,
Nah,
uh-uh.
so you really like do a good job of like really putting them on. I feel like because every time I put niggas on to the backwards talk, I feel like niggas fuck it
I
up.
don't even try and put people on though.
You don't?
No, and most of the people that I'm like, most of the people I associate with, like people that I'm friends with that are from out of town, like they'll pick it up over time, or they'll ask questions.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
That's
so
true. That's true.
they'll ask questions, but like nobody's really butchers it. Or I don't know.
Do you have anything new in the stash, or we just kind of gonna run with these 3 albums for the rest of the year?
Nah, as soon as I get back from Aruba, uh, I get back from Aruba mid-October, November. I have another shit out.
That's crazy,
It's
bro.
nothing. You just gotta go record 10 songs.
How
That's
long?
all you have to do.
So what are you and how much of these bars are fresh bars versus things that you just had written for
Oh,
a long
everything's
time?
fresh now. I've ran out of material. Everything's fresh.
You threw out. Well, you're done with everything. You used everything up already.
I've used everything that I have.
It's crazy.
I had some shit stored up for Been a Short,
Mm-hmm.
but then Acting Nice was everything brand new. BTA was everything brand new.
Mm-hmm.
And then whatever my next shit will be, everything brand new.
Do you write?
And the thing that's like slowing me down a little bit right now is like had the Trapland shit.
Yeah.
There's a difference between going to the studio, writing the shit, and then reading it off my phone to record, right?
Mm-hmm.
Once, I gotta learn. That's why when you're like, yo, you want to do a freestyle after this? I said, if you want to push it back a week, we could do that, and then I'll do the freestyle because I have to write the shit, I have to learn the shit, memorize the shit. I'm not gonna come up here fucking my shit up.
We could have been on bullshit. We could have had some fun. Fuck it.
Not when I'm sitting here telling you I'm the best rapper in the world.
Respect it. I feel it. I feel that.
I'm not gonna come up here bullshitting.
I ain't mad at
I
it.
rap, man.
I got some more bullshit for you. Something a little messy. So recently on the new host on the No Jumper podcast, Long Island native who claims a Trey. His name is Jacked Up Jesse. He gave his take on how easy it was to get put on in Long Island and how it's just not valid out here or anything like that. I reached out to you immediately off of that one.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And so I just want to get your take on how, because I know you fuck with the Lokes, so I want to kind of get your take on how that whole.
Well, let's just say this, right? I'm older than everybody, so I became Crip in 1998. Right? DMX hadn't dropped his second album yet. That's when I became a gang member, right? But you have to understand, the way like Bloods and Crips are now, like shit is sanctioned now. Like, you know what I'm saying? People have connections to Cali and stuff like that. And I want to also preface with the fact that like I haven't been Crip since about like 2009,
Mm.
right?
Okay.
I got tired of going to jail and getting beat the fuck up, and then other people were tucking their flag in saying that they weren't Crip and watching me get jumped. Then I was just like, this makes no fucking sense, right?
Yeah.
But like, I fuck with so many different people, whether they're Bloods, Crips, fucking doesn't matter, neutral,
Mm-hmm.
different gang, whatever. Like I build relationships with people off of who they are,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I think, you know, that guy, he's got his own other bag of problems. He shouldn't, you know, like.
Yeah, and that's why I
And
like hit you guys up, because I'm like, bro, all right, it's one thing if like
but
you
I
had
know like Steams is A trade. My man Bully Prezi, like they're A trade. Like they, I'm sure if I hit them up, they'd be like, "Who the fuck?"
I had to hit up one of the,
But like I'm
you know
not
what I mean?
hitting people up over this because one, I really don't care. He's
Well,
got a whole different lifestyle that he needs to straighten out. Like you
I
can't
mean,
be.
that's a whole different lifestyle. Why he probably is no longer a trade, for the record. You know what I'm
I
saying?
mean, I don't know if he is or isn't. I know
No, he is.
my man Rush.
That nigga engaged to the man. Them. I'm not even gonna lie.
No,
to
no.
you.
I mean, like if he is or isn't still a gang member.
Oh,
I don't.
he's a 1%er now, apparently.
A biker.
Yeah,
Interesting.
yeah. That's
All right. Well, so but listen, as far as like when I was a kid, right? Like you people were bringing like Bloods and Crips to New York with like different like knowledge mixed in, like, you know what I'm saying, the guy come from Alabama and like, you know, he brings what he knows, right? Which
yeah.
is some shit that like, you know, got watered down over and over. Not to say that like it's not real or if it is real, but like motherfuckers were dying over this knowledge that he was giving. Motherfuckers were catching bodies over this shit that he was spreading. Motherfuckers were getting into fights, all types of shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
But like when I was a kid, you know, Crips in New York rock the 6 point star.
Mm-hmm.
Crips in Cali don't rock no 6 point star. That's folk shit, right? And who would the Crips beef with the most in New York now? Folks. So Crips ain't rocking a 6 point star. But motherfuckers was going like this, saying they was Crip when I was doing it. So like, I don't know. But I don't get into gang politics because I'm not a fucking gang member.
I feel that. I just, like I said, as someone,
but like for a long time, like people be like, "Oh, you know, Flip, the white boy, the Crip," like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but like that, I've been so distanced from that it's not part of like what my identity is anymore.
I feel that. Like I said, I just, you know, as a
I mean, you see all the people I'm friends with, everybody I hang out with, you know what I'm saying, and everybody that like is in my immediate circle either was Blood affiliated or used to be Blood or whatever the case may be.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't even. My big homie died. I mean, my friend Eric, he died like 2 years ago. He went into a diabetic coma and died.
Shit.
Yeah. But he came from Alabama. He put me on when I was a kid. I was like 14, 15, running around, doing crazy.
Shit.
And then I got to jail and I realized that, like, you know, this shit ain't sweet.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
I feel that. I just unfortunately, I got to cut this interview a little bit short. You know what I mean? We've been at it for, what, an hour and 30 almost?
Something like that.
Yeah, hour and 30. I don't want the cards to run out of space on us.
Yeah.
So, Flip, I really do appreciate you pulling up. Can you just share your socials and just give any last words for the people?
Yeah, follow me on Instagram, Uncle_Flip_, all lowercases. One more time, UNCLE_FLIP_. Got about like 20 videos up. I got 3 albums out, few singles out on all streaming services. What was the last thing?
Any last words for the people?
Listen to my music. If you never listen to my music, go give it a listen. There's something for everybody. There's not too many artists that go beyond scratching the surface and give you pieces of them. I'm not trying to be cool. I'm not trying to look cool. Like, I give you who I am on wax.
All right, so listen, man. Like, comment, subscribe. Follow Burn After Rolling. Follow Uncle Flip. You know what I'm saying? And if you like us, we love you. If you don't, eat a bag of baby dicks. You heard?
I'll be back up here to rap in about a couple weeks.
Say that. You're more than welcome, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. And we out this bitch.